Hi guys, welcome back to 234 En La Casa. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And so today we're going to be making a triple chocolate brownie. It's a 3-layer brownie. You can see it right there. It's got the brownie layer, a mousse layer, and then a ganache layer. See you in a second. Hey guys, so you're going to want to place 1.5 cups of semi-sweet Toll House morsels into a bowl, all right? And we're going to set this to the side. And if you don't have semi-sweet Toll House morsels, you can use any kind of melting chocolate that you would like to use. And then you're going to want to have a saucepan, and we're going to be bringing 1 cup of whipping cream to a simmer, okay, to a little low boil. And this is the whipping cream that I'm going to be using, and you want to make sure that it is heavy whipping cream, okay? Okay, so it has come to a boil, and you'll know that it is coming to that light simmering boil when you start seeing bubbles around the edges and then the bubbles in the middle. So this lets you know that it is at a boil and you don't want to burn your whipping cream or scorch it or anything, okay? So I'm stirring this around. I'm going to go ahead and turn the whipping cream off. And so now we're going to bring our chocolate chips over here, and you're going to pour your whipping cream over your chocolate chips. And what we're trying to create here is a ganache. So you're just going to stir your chocolate chips. And this is going to be soupy, okay? But try your best to not to concern yourself with the soupiness, okay? And as it sits and cools, it will become thicker. All right, so we've got this all mixed together. Now that I've whisked it, you can see all the little chocolate bits are gone. So I'm going to put some cling wrap on top of this, or saran wrap. Okay guys, so for our brownies, now that we have the ganache done and we have that placed to the side, the ganache is going to be our top layer of the triple chocolate brownies. Okay, so we've got that placed to the side cooling, and now we're going to work on the brownie layer itself. Okay, so you're going to start off with 2 sticks of butter plus 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to be melting these on the stove. So this is 1 cup and 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to go ahead and get that melted, and then you're going to want to, once you get that melted, we're going to be adding in some cocoa powder. And so I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. This is the Dutch process. It's a dark 100% cocoa Dutch process. It's a darker cocoa powder, and the reason why I'm using that one is because since this is a triple layer chocolate, I want to make sure that there is you know, a lot of delineation and a line of demarcation between the different chocolates. Okay, so you can really visually to define that, because to define what I just said, you really want, I want to make sure that there is a distinct distinction between the 3 layers. So if you have your like darker chocolate at the bottom, and then the middle layer is going to be a little bit lighter, and the top is going to be a little bit lighter or darker than that, I want to make sure that those that you're able to tell the difference between those 3 layers of chocolate. So that's why I'm going to use this darker Dutch process cocoa powder for the brownie layer. Okay. Okay, so you've got your butter melted here, and so we're going to go ahead and add 3/4 of a cup of that Dutch process cocoa powder to this. And I'm just going to, you know, get this whisked in, not a heavy whisk or anything, but just to combine it where it's smooth and, you know, you don't have, there are no clumps of chocolate, okay? And then once you get your cocoa powder mixed in, you're just going to set it to the side. Okay guys, you're also going to want to go ahead and preheat your oven at 350 degrees. And you're also going to want to go ahead and coat a 9 by 13 inch baking pan in with non-stick cooking spray for the brownies, okay? Okay guys, so we've got 4 room temperature eggs, and to that we're going to add 2 cups of granulated sugar. And then we're going to mix that together. I'm going to use my stand mixer, so I'm going to use my paddle attachment. Okay, just make sure you scrape the sides down and underneath your sugar and eggs to make sure you've got that all, you know, the sugar off the bottom of your mixing bowl if you're using a stand mixer. And then you can start back mixing on a lower speed. Okay, I've gone ahead and lowered the mixer down. And so then now we're gonna add our dry ingredients. And so this is gonna be 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm using White Lily, and a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. I've got that all sifted together. And so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the egg and sugar mixture. I'm gonna scrape underneath and along the sides of the mixing bowl just to make sure we've got all the flour you know, in the batter, and get it mixed in completely. And then to our brownie batter, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Using, let's see here, La Vencedora vanilla. Okay. Then we're going to start our mixer back and get that combined. All right, we've got that vanilla added, and so to the vanilla, we're going to go ahead and add our melted butter and cocoa powder mixture. Just be sure that it is cooled off and it's at room temperature, okay? Okay, you're going to raise your mixer back up and start back mixing. Get that chocolate combined. All right, now we're ready to add the brownie batter to our 9 by 13 inch baking dish. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this brownie batter added to the oven. Added to the baking dish. Sitting up here laughing about my dad who just stopped by. So let's see here. Came by to get some of that pasta I made yesterday. That I think I posted a video about the 5 cheese pasta, so he came by to get some of that, and that's almost gone. And it was really good, y'all, so you should try it. Yeah, I think the video, it's uploaded on 234 En La Casa's YouTube page, and so the recipe is on there, so you all should give it a try. It's really good. And I'll probably try to do like a short or something for it too. It's a little bit, not quite as lengthy. Okay, so we're gonna spread that dough in the baking dish and make sure it's all even. All right, guys, so the brownies are out of the oven, and we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn my oven off, and we're gonna go ahead while this cools, we're gonna start on the second layer of this triple chocolate brownie. All right, so we're gonna start on that second layer, and so you're gonna need 12 tablespoons of butter, and you'll wanna make sure that your butter is room temperature, and if you all can see that indentation, that's gonna be the room temperature that you're gonna want it to be. You don't want it any softer than that. So that's gonna be about 1 stick of butter, and then a couple of tablespoons off of another stick of butter that you're gonna wanna add to a mixing bowl. All right, so we've got that 1 stick added, that's 8 tablespoons, so then you're just gonna count from 8 right here, and you're gonna go from, it's 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're gonna make your cut right here, and you'll use this part of the butter in your second layer of brownie. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the butter mixed together. Okay, now that you've got your butter whipped together, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay. And then we're also going to add 3 tablespoons of dark chocolate, chocolate fudge Jello instant pudding. So this is what I used. Okay, so you're gonna get 3 tablespoons of that. And you're gonna want to use 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And this is the cocoa powder that I used, the Ghirardelli, just 100% cocoa, okay? All right, and so then I sifted that together, both of those together. So here we're gonna get that added. Okay, we're gonna start our mixer on a low speed setting. Okay, and so next we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, so we've got that added, and now we're gonna add 3 cups of sifted powdered sugar. And you're just gonna add this gradually, so a little bit at a time. And you're gonna mix in between. Okay, y'all, so this is what it looks like after the first addition. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off and bring my bowl down and add some more powdered sugar. I'm also gonna scrape off the sides of the bowl as well. Make sure all of it's getting combined and underneath. And then you're gonna go ahead and add some more powdered sugar. Okay. I'm gonna raise it back up and start off on a low setting so your powdered sugar doesn't, like, you know, explode and go everywhere all over your countertops. All right, so we've got our final layer, final amount of powdered sugar added. And we're gonna go ahead and start mixing that. All right, and so this is what your finished product is gonna look like. And my brownies are still cooling off. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape my whisk off, and I'm gonna put some saran wrap on top of my second layer here in the bowl and stick it in the refrigerator while I wait for my brownies to cool. Okay guys, so we've got the frosting. This is the second layer, and we're gonna go ahead and place it on top of the brownies. They are cooled. So we'll go ahead and do the second layer, and then we'll do the third layer of chocolate. And so I cut my, there was some crusts around here on the edge, so I went ahead and removed those. So it will be a little bit more uniform. And you're just gonna place this second layer of chocolate on top of the brownies. Okay guys, so I've got all the frosting on here. It's all gone out of the bowl. So now at this point, my ganache is still not quite ready yet. So if yours isn't ready either, I'm gonna just cover this with some plastic wrap and stick it in the fridge, and that's what you'll wanna do, because we are gonna put these brownies in the refrigerator for a minimum of 2 hours or overnight once the ganache goes on there. So you can go ahead and stick these in the fridge as you wait for your ganache to get up to temperature. Okay guys, so this ganache, it is ready. Okay, so it's, you know, oh, I'm sorry. Lord Jesus. Okay, so yeah, it's ready, if you all can tell. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this on top of our second layer of this 3-layer chocolate brownie. Okay. Turn this too, so I don't know about anybody else, y'all, but I am ready for a vacation really bad. Oh, okay. I'm sure a lot of other people have already had their vacations. I want one so bad. Okay, and so then we're just gonna, this ganache is not gonna be an ultra thick layer. It's gonna be thinner. So just try your best to get it spread out as much as you can. You know, you just wanna be gentle to try to get this spread across your second layer of chocolate so that it is smooth and doesn't mix in with that second layer. Okay, so I got it done, and I believe that you probably did too. I believe in y'all. I know that you all can do it. So I've got this done, and we're gonna place this in the refrigerator, like I said, for a minimum of 2 hours, preferably overnight, but a minimum of 2 hours. Okay guys, so it is day 2, and I just got the brownies out of the refrigerator about maybe like 8 to 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these, and let me show them to you though. It's still got the plastic on top, but you can see. Okay. Okay guys, so I'm gonna take this plastic off. And again, these stayed in the refrigerator overnight. And I did go ahead too and add a second layer of ganache on top. I wanted the ganache to be thicker than what it was. It's kind of thin, so I just went ahead and did a second layer. This is not difficult to cut at all. It's very smooth. Okay. Now we'll see how it is getting it out. I don't think it's gonna be too hard to get it out either. Yeah, it's not that difficult. Okay. All right, so there that is. And you can see the 3 layers very prominently. So there we are again. And this brownie is very, very decadent. So and very rich. So let's see here. Okay. There it is. Top tier. If you are a chocoholic, if you are a lover of chocolate, this is so good. And you have the fluffiness of the second layer, the smoothness of the top layer, and then the brownie layer is very moist, and it has a little bit of salt content that offsets the sweetness. So you have the salty and the sweet. This is excellent. This is excellent. And another thing too that I just thought about, this excellent for Valentine's. And for me, you know, Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays, but really I think it's more so what it represents, which is just, you know, loving people, and, you know, you have loved ones that you care about, whatever. And so I think love is, I mean, it's all the time. You don't have to really have a special day for that. But so this would make a nice gift. This would be nice to pair with strawberries and whipped creams. I mean, this, ooh, it's good. It really is good. But yeah, so if you want to do something, you know, really, really nice for somebody very special in your life that you know enjoys desserts or chocolate or whatever, this would be the one to do, and pair it with some strawberries or some other kind of fruits and things like that that would go, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. It is so good. Okay. And you will want to keep your brownies in the refrigerator. You know, that's how you're going to want to store it, because you've got this mousse layer and then the ganache layer. Okay. But having these in the refrigerator, just make sure you have it sealed. Okay. But it's not going to take away from this being moist. And I don't see this staying in the refrigerator very long. If you have a household or friends, family, neighbors, or what have you that love chocolate and that, you know, you want to share some of this with, it's not going to last very long. This is absolutely, absolutely decadent if you're a chocolate lover or dessert lover. Okay. That is so good. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you all next time. 234 En La Casa with more recipes. You all make today fabulous. And I'll see you all later. See you next time. Bye.